but I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm literally at the laundromat. I got like 10 minutes on the dryer, and I just wanted to talk real quick about what I'm doing now. First of all, I used to homeschool my children, which is why this channel is called Still Homeschooling. But my children, 2 out of 3, made the decision that they wanted to return to school to finish out the rest of their school years. And while I was heavily against it, I had to respect it because I was like, okay, they probably want to make friends. They want some of the school experience, but it wasn't even just about respecting it. It was more so about me trusting that, yeah, y'all understand what the school system is. For the years that I homeschooled y'all, I explained over and over again why I made the decision, why things are the way they are, why your curriculum looks like how it looks. And they understand these things, and I believe I put a foundation in them where they pretty much understand why I am against it. And I feel like when I let them go back and return to schools, really so that they could be around other children, because that's what they wanted. They wanted the experience. I feel like they went with an understanding as to why I was so against it in the first place. And it has been an up and down journey. And now, once again, another school year is coming around, so they're getting ready to return to school. But I want to say, upon filling out an application for a new school, because they matriculated now to another school, um, I had a page, and I took a screenshot of it, but I think my children might have deleted it. And I wanted to mention that I think they are the ones that deleted it. I'm not sure, but I think they deleted the screenshot that I took. But basically, I was filling out an application for the school. And on the application, it asks for race. Now, you all probably see this on different applications, whether it be a job application or school application or something. You might see an area where it's asking you to check what race you are, although they tell you it is optional to choose. On this particular application, it listed about a couple of options like black, white, Asian, Hawaiian, Indian, Pacific, whatever that option is. And then it says choose not to self-identify. But instead of leaving it at I choose not to self-identify, it had slash right next to I choose not to self-identify. It had slash. Checking this option means that I am okay with the school choosing an option for me, meaning that even though I forego choosing a race on this application, I also am marking that I understand that the school has a right to choose an identification for me. I thought that was bull crap. It's straight up bull crap. When did that start happening? So even though you may check on an application that you don't want to put down a race, they are now, at least at this particular school, requiring that the child basically has a race selected form. So as a parent, I could say I don't want to self-identify for my child, but the school can override that and choose a race for your child. I would say this too. Even the job that I am currently working at, even the job that I am currently working at, it did it for me as well. I didn't self-identify on the application for my job. I didn't choose a race, but the job sat up there and labeled me African American anyway, and I thought that was wild. So anyway, with that being said, I talked to my children about that as well. Not accepting the label black, not accepting the label African American, but they are still putting it on us through the way of paperwork, obviously. Also, another thing that I'm doing for my children prior to going back to school, we have a lot of these type of conversations, and it's kind of hard to have these racial conversations, um, because it's not the only type of conversations we have. But my children are children who have a diverse set of friends, and I don't mind that at all. That we're not. I'm not biased about that, but I have to get them to understand their history. I need them to understand their history and their ancestry and their culture. So sometimes it could be a bit difficult to talk with them about these things because they're kind of rebelling against it. They don't want to hear me because they don't want it to sound like they I think they take it the wrong way and think I'm saying, hey, you got to give up your friends. You got to give up your friends. Like, no, that's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is there are certain things that have happened historically on this land and are still happening, and I need you to be aware of, regardless of who your friends are. So, and I also have the bully conversation with my children. Don't be no up in nowhere, no space, bullying any darn body. Don't be talking about people. Don't join in on groups of people that are talking about other people. You don't do that kind of stuff. It's wrong. You wouldn't want somebody to do it to you. I always teach my children to teach everybody how you want to be treated. Like, treat people how you, not teach, but treat everybody how you want to be treated. I think this is important because of the fact that I'm reading what this says. Reminder reference to doobies is prohibited. Who talked about a doobie? Who talked about a doobie in here? But anyway, I do teach my children not to go around bullying people. I think that is a conversation. I don't even think, I hope that prior to back to school, a lot of parents are having this conversation, because no child should be going into these environments, coming to a school to learn, only to end up in an environment where they feel like their life is at risk, or they're being ridiculed or made fun of for whatever reason. School is just a place that these children are supposed to go to be nurtured, to be educated, to be prepared for life. It should not be a place where they fear to go to. And I'm really hoping that, because there's so many bullying incidences out here, that more parents are aware, and guardians and caretakers are aware of this, and they are having these conversations at home with their children. I know we can't be with our children 24/7, but I don't know, it's something about bullying, like it's something that I just don't take lightly. And I believe school should be a safe place for children to go to, and they shouldn't have to worry about stuff like that. So I had those type of conversations with my children as well, in regards to that. Like, you better not be up in no school bullying nobody, and you definitely don't let nobody bully you. You don't ever let somebody bully you. You don't keep a tight lip about it either. You come home and you let me know what's going on, because I'll never hesitate to come out there. I'm not gonna do nothing to no child, but I'm definitely gonna demand that that child's parents, guardians, whoever, show up on the scene. Bullying prevention should have its own office at the school administration level. Yeah, I agree. It should be taken very seriously. Again, I really feel like school should be a safe zone. It definitely needs to be a safe zone. And the moment a child starts getting bullied by anybody, I'm sorry, if that child that's doing the bullying is not changing within a certain period of time, hell, I would probably give them just a week. If they're not changing within a certain period of time, and the parents don't want to come forth and assist with changing their child's behavior, then that child needs to get up out the school, because that's not what children are there for. They're not there to be bullied, and they're not there to do the bullying. So it's not fair. It's disrupting the learning environment. I don't believe in that at all. So I don't know. These are some of the things, some of the conversations that I am having with my children in regard to school. And I better not ever, 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 I better not ever find out that my children are doing the bullying. It won't end well for my children. I can tell you that much. We just don't play that. Again, I do believe school needs to be a safe zone. So I'm really hoping that it should be a contract for student parent. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, I mean, heck, we signed a contract for a lot of stuff when it comes to enrolling our children into school. So why not have it some sort of contract, stating like, hey, if your child starts to disrupt the learning environment and we follow these certain steps, and your child still does not change, your child got to go, because that's not fair to any other child up in there. And not to mention, children are harming themselves because of this, and it's not right. It's not fair. It's not okay. A school should be a safe zone. It should be a safe zone for children. Hey, Monique. But and thank you, Nick. Sorry, I ain't gonna be able to pronounce that last part, but yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, school needs to be a safe zone. And again, I do believe that's where us parents have to step in too, like us parents. But specifically us parents with those type of children, like any children, you never know. Children are children. Sometimes they fall to peer pressure, or sometimes for whatever insecure reason they may find themselves doing the bullying. Whatever the case may be, us parents have to become more involved, and that is what I'm making sure I do, because I do work a lot, and I know a lot of us as guardians and parents do. But I'm not playing. I am trying to implement. I'm not trying, I'm implementing ways. Thank you, Ron Seville. Thank you, Ron Seville. I'm implementing ways to be in my children's life while still working these hours, because man, these hours be kicking my butt. But I cannot allow them to fall by the wayside. I cannot allow them to become a problem of the system. And I definitely don't want them to be a burden on their school. If they are a burden on their school, I'm taking them out, and they're going to be back to homeschool, whether they like it or not. Yeah. Hello. um, the bully to anti-bully is important. I agree, Jesse Brown. um Yeah, it's something, y'all. I don't know. So I just had to get on here while my clothes in the dryer and talk about this. There's so much more going on, especially like in the inner city, where I'm from. In terms of children falling by the wayside and the violence that is happening. I think it got to do with a lot of things. Poverty, just everybody just genuinely stressed out, mental health issues that are going untreated. Um, the culture is like the music, the media that's encouraging children to hurt each other. So there's so many layers to this that in 10 minutes I wouldn't have time to. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I ain't gonna say exactly what city, but just know I'm in Ohio. I'm in Ohio, and I'm in a near a major city, and that's the city I'm from. But my children will not be attending school in that city. And honestly, if we were in that city, I probably still wouldn't allow them to attend school in that city due to just the way everything is going. And it's unfortunate because somebody's child got to attend that school. Somebody has to attend that school, and they are. And because there's so much going on in the city right now, it's so much going on in the city. But more so than anything, what I'm seeing is just people are stressed out. People are stressed out. There's a lot of homelessness in the city, a lot of poverty, um, a lot of programs being cut for these children. It's rough. Yeah, and you're right, Jesse Brown. No one does have to attend these schools, and I'm gonna tell you, it's all a tree with multiple branches. Yes, it is, Monique. But you're right, Jesse Brown. No one does have to attend these schools. And the only reason why I'm allowing my children to attend these schools is because they wanted to go back. And the school they're going to, I don't know. This is a new school for them, so I don't know. I personally don't believe in the curriculum and in these schools, but it's just an experience my children wanted to have. So I'm like, all right, I'll let y'all go back. Y'all will see for yourselves. But hopefully, I'm not proving too much right, because I don't want to be proven too much right. I want them to enjoy the experience of being around other children and stuff. But I do believe they are able to see it from a different view because they were homeschooled for so long. But the problem is too, I would say this, Jesse Brown, in terms of everybody don't have to go to these schools. Keep in off. People work. Some guardians and parents work. So that time that they work, that time that their children is in school is kind of like, I hate to say it, but kind of like a daycare for them too, because they got to work. So they can't really be home to homeschool their child. And this is where having a community comes in, but that's something we ain't got right now. A lot of us don't have. There's communities here and there, but I would say overall there aren't any communities. And that brings me back to Monique's comment that she just made. This problem that we have is multi-layered. It's definitely multi-layered in the inner city, where poverty is higher, and there's just so many different stressful factors. Oh my God, it's so much going on. The problem is definitely multi-layered, Monique. So I hear you. Y'all be loading these comments up. It's hard to keep. Yeah, you right. Jesse Brown, trust me. I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. All I want to do is keep my children out the school. I want them to go back to being homeschooled, but I know they be miserable. So that's why, and I'm hoping that this school that they're going to will be better for them. But time will tell. This is a new school year. They have never attended this school, so we'll see. But trust me, I don't fall for the school system at all. And I taught them better. They just want to be around other students, and they do like extracurricular stuff. So that's like what they're really excited about going to school, which is funny to say. It's not even got anything to do with the curriculum. They just want to be around other students and be a part of extracurricular activities, which their school makes us pay a fee up front, and they have access to all extracurricular activities. But I really, really appreciate y'all. I really do. I'm just hoping it's a safe school year for all students, and I don't believe that's far fetched. I just believe we got a long way to go to make that happen, and it falls on us parents. We can't put everything on these teachers, because even though there may be some teachers that may not care, I don't know, I don't know them, but there's a lot of teachers that do, and they just get overwhelmed by feeling like they're limited, because obviously these are not their children. They can only do so much. And some of them don't even agree with the curriculum too. I've heard teachers say this out their mouth. They don't agree with all these different type of testings and these state testings and things like that. They don't agree with it. It's just their job. So they do what they can with what they got. But if they get overwhelmed because they're up here trying to help assist raise someone else's child, but they can't do it completely because it's not their child. So they're requesting the assistance of parents who some of these parents are either overwhelmed, working too much, can't be there, or some choose not to be there. And that's a whole nother story in itself. So, like Monique said, yeah, it's multi-layered. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, and I appreciate y'all for popping in. I just wanted to share, like what I'm doing, and it's more to it. But that's just some of the discussions and things that I have been doing, staying on top of my children, basically staying on top of them to make sure that their confidence is raised up enough to handle whatever they're getting ready to encounter at these schools, but also to make sure that they understand, stay humble, respect your teachers at that school, respect those instructors, and respect your fellow students. Don't be going around disrespecting them, bullying them. You're not always going to agree with any of these people, but you definitely issue out respect, and you don't let anyone bully you. You have enough confidence to stand up for yourself too, and come back home and let me know what's going on if something is happening. Don't stay silent on it. But that is it, everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and thank you all for popping in on me. All right, peace. Y'all know what's funny? I forgot how to end this live. I think I found the button. All right, peace.